Hello, my lovely people. Today I'm going to be talking about some middle school stories, specifically about one person that I'm going to call Bronze, because Bronze was a big part of my middle school life, and frankly, not the best influence. Would be surprised. Bronze is obviously not their real name or their screen name. This is just a name that we made up among my friend group to keep their privacy and for me not to get doxxed by them in case they find this video. Just as a heads up, the art in the background is a Sun OC that I made recently, probably yesterday, as of this recording, and they are definitely not Sun Wukong inspired. Don't come at me for that one. I have a persona making problem. Anyway, so we met in 6th grade, and the way we met was we were in reading class, and they sat right across from me, and I had a big yellow notebook that I used at the time. I would put absolutely everything into this notebook, and when I say everything, I mean absolutely everything. I put my drawings, I put my writings, I put my schoolwork, I put, almost anything I could into this notebook. And so I was astonished to hear, one day I had left it in the classroom on accident and I had gone to my 7th period. And upon realizing that it had gone, my initial reaction was I'll get it tomorrow, because it's my second to last class of the day. It was 7th period at the time, and we had 8 periods in the middle school that we went to. So I had basically decided, I'll get it tomorrow. And when I showed up tomorrow, it was not there. What a surprise. I looked everywhere, and it was just gone. So I eventually admitted defeat, and I was like, oh, okay, it's gone. Because I wasn't too attached to the notebook. It wasn't, a big loss for me. So I let it go. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll eventually find it. And even if I don't, it's fine. It's just a notebook. That was until I found Bronze across the table using it. And wouldn't you know, it was my notebook, and it was literally open on every page that I had actually done things in. They were literally writing on pages that I had previously used, which was so frustrating. You fucking used my notebook, and you used it, not even a fresh page. There was fresh pages in there. So I confronted them, and I was like, hey, that's my notebook. And they said to my face, flat out, no, it's not, bitch. So I argued with them for 5 minutes. I was like, no, that's my notebook. I can literally see my drawings. I can see my handwriting. I can see my doodles. That is my notebook. Give me back my notebook. And eventually they admitted it after a lot of denial. And they said, okay, well, I'm poor, so I need it more, or something like that. And I was was very sympathetic at the time. So I was like, okay, you can use it then. At the time, and now I just realized this is just some stupid excuse, because as of right now, I don't know what their financial situation was at the time, but they were not so poor that they had to steal someone else's notebook and then deny that it was stolen. And also just admit defeat for your actions, or in better words, admit that you did something wrong, because you can't use your wealth as an excuse for the fact that you stole someone's property. I get that stealing is often something people do when they don't have the money to afford stuff, but first of all, you're 11. Second of all, you can't be stealing my notebook. Ask your dad for one. And if he says no, don't, I know you're an artist. I know you have something lying around. Stealing, especially when you're called out, is not okay, but I digress. At some point, I eventually just let it go, and when I asked them about it in 7th grade, they said they didn't have it anymore. What a surprise. They just lost half of my 6th grade art history. Thank you, Bronze. You're so amazing for that one. But we eventually reconnected in 7th grade after all the woo 2020 shenanigans, and nothing much happened, but they were the reason that I had a fucked up sleep schedule for almost an entire year at that point. They were the reason that I had gotten 3 to 4 hours of sleep for the majority of 8th grade, and then slowly had to fix my entire sleep schedule on my own because of them, which shouldn't have even been a problem for a 13 to 12-year-old, but whatever. Another thing that we did was closer to 8th grade, And in 8th grade was when I met my partner. And that was a whole story. So I figured out that I liked this person in about October. And so I had been talking to them about it because at the time they were still my best friend. So I was like, oh my God, they're so pretty. Like, I just love being around them so much. And I didn't realize at the time that, like, this person was much healthier for me than, I don't know, the person I was talking to about all of this. So, yeah, that was fun to remember. But, one day, right before winter break, especially, like, what makes it worse was it was right on their birthday that this happened. Right on my crush's, at the time, birthday, now partner. And I was texting them, and I said, hey, should I tell them? And they said, yes. Do it right now in 10 seconds, or else I'll do it for you. And the only reason that they had their number is because previously in that school year, a car crash happened, and they had, like, gotten their number somehow. I think I just gave it to them, but, like, I'm just gonna say that. So I freaked out knowing that they had power over me in realization now that it's not okay. You can't just do that to someone. Like, back off, dude. You can't just dictate my love life like that. So eventually I did it, and then they said, send screenshots. That's an invasion of my privacy. Thank you. So I sent screenshots, and I said some cheesy line like I always do. I was like, hey, I want to say this, like, I really love you. It would be really nice if we were, like, together, you know, and stuff like that. And then they said yes, and blah, blah, blah. And now we've been dating for 2 years, which that is the only thing that I'll give them credit for. I'm really happy in this relationship, and that is the only thing that I would ever thank them for, nothing else. So, yeah. And then, like, there's all the relationship drama that I won't get into in this video, but I can make a continuation of this I want to, because the amount of stories I have of this person does not fit in 10 minutes, and I'm just trying to talk as fast as I can so I can fit it in 10 minutes. But the second story that happened of that year is the time they made me throw up. How thankful I am of that one. So in about February or January of the same, like, 2022 in February, January of 2022, I got, like, permission to go to the school board, and I went with all of my chorus people, because at the time I was in the chorus class, and we got to sing for the school board all of our Christmas songs and stuff, even though it was February, but whatever. So at the time, like, I had been really stressed out. It might have been December, now that I realize, because of midterms, but I was really stressed out about midterm exams, and I was, like, on my phone for, like, 5 minutes in class trying to, like, text my very recent partner, that, like, hey, I'm, like, just, like, silly stuff to, like, calm my mood down. I was like, hey, what you doing, blah, 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 and apparently same person who got me with this person had a problem that I was texting and whatever in class for, like, 5 minutes, and they said, why were you texting in class? And they got on my ass about it. They were like, why are you texting in class? You shouldn't be texting in class. We have a thing literally the next day. Don't be texting in class. And they pressured me about this the entire walk to lunch. And the thing is, me and my sister are both sensitive people. I cannot take that kind of confrontation. And, like, I would call it confrontation because they were trying to call me out for my actions, which in hindsight I get, yeah, I shouldn't have been on my phone in class, but, like, it was 5 minutes in my opinion. It's not that deep, and I did a good job anyway the next day, but I got petty about it, and, like after, like, what happened, I broke down a lot, and I put my bag down in my chair where I usually put it, and I literally just fucking ran off. I cried in the bathroom, and then I, like, texted my, like, childhood friend, and then I, like, walked around the school until my English teacher found me, and she was like, what are you doing? And I had to explain the entire thing to her, and then that's how I got separated from them eventually, but somehow we got back together at some point because of reasons, I guess. I had a lot of close friends to them, but, eventually, like, I separated from them, and the next day we had the concert, and I wanted to be really petty about it, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, prove to them, I'm gonna really prove to them that I can do this, and then I stressed myself out so hard that I almost passed out because of this, and I, like, blacked out, and then I threw up in the toilet the next thing I remember, and I made a joke about it, because of course I did, and what makes it worse is this is the same test, this is the same day that I had my midterms. So on the same day that I threw up out of stress because of this person, I had the thing that I was stressing about coming up as soon as we got back, because this was like a morning performance, so we were coming back to the school in the afternoon. So thanks for that. Thanks for making my day really shitty that one time. And then later on we got like back together as friends, but like, yeah, that's all I really have to say about them. Thanks for making my, I can continue this if you guys want, but thanks to Bronze for making half of my middle school life pretty bad. I will see you guys in another video if you ever want me to, like, continue stories about them, but, yep, see you guys later.